All right, so let's remove some spark plugs and change some spark plugs on your Royal Star Venture. I already have the seat off, another video on that, tanks off. There's a video on that, and as you can see, rear cylinder plugs at this point with the seat off, you can get to them pretty easy. Up front, we're gonna have to remove those dog bones. Dog bones, there's 4 bolts and they're big old 8mm Allen key. All right, so a small issue I ran into on the right side here is this reservoir filler was in the way. I could not get my big old 8mm Allen key in there. So it's a little 8mm bolt, pops that out, and you can just get that right out of the way. All right, 18mm spark plug socket. To get that out, I used about 1.5 inches of an extension or so. And then here's something I ran into that was kind of unforeseen, is if you look right down in there, you see that hose clamp. So I had backed the spark plug out and it just still felt really tight. I couldn't get the socket off, and then I realized that this clamp right here was kind of putting pressure on the socket and making it feel like there was still torque on the plug, and preventing me from getting the socket out. So I had to kind of wiggle that clamp around a little bit to where I could get the socket off and get the plug. So on the front left cylinder, which I believe is the number 2, ran into that hose clamp issue again. You can see that I had to new spark plugs. Not using the iridiums. These are just the standard plugs as per the owner's manual and maintenance manual. And the gap on here for these, according to the manual, is 0.8 to 0.9mm, which is about 31 to 35 thousandths. And I have a capping tool. It's got where is it? It's got a 0.89 on it, and I'm going to use that to gap these bad boys. And I'm going to put just a smidge of anti-seize on there before I put them in. So the torque on these, by the maintenance manual, when I looked it up on the PDF maintenance manual that I have, was 18 Newton meters. Tech Spec Library and venture.org said 17.5. In any case, that's about 12.5 foot-pounds or 125 inch-pounds. I don't break out the torque wrench on everything, but this is one of the things that I do. All right, all the plugs back in. Spark plug wires connected, and we just put it all back together.